dedicate this video to the people that were waiting in the second floor hotel conference room, waiting from early morning hours until mid-evening hours to get an autograph from Robert Englund. The rest of you will kind of know what that means because I'll explain that during the video here. But the people that were in there in that room with me for most of the day, this is dedicated to you. The sheer patience that you guys had to stick it out like that, and I gotta give you guys props. You know, that takes a lot. I feel your pain. I felt your pain. So anyway, I went to Monster Mania 40 this past Saturday. It was a 3-day event, the 17th through the 19th. I went Saturday the 18th. And well, let me back up a little bit. I was down at my shore house all of last week, and basically the idea was I was going to leave from my shore house straight to Cherry Hill, New Jersey to go to Monster Mania. That was the game plan. So my buddy came down the shore house to pick me up because I didn't have a car. So the game plan was we were going to leave early Saturday morning. The Crown Plaza is about a 3-hour drive from that location from where I was at. Well, we decided to go out Friday night and celebrate. He had a birthday last week, 2 weekends ago. So decided to celebrate. We went out to the bar and had a good amount of alcoholic beverages, to say the least. Out to the bar till like 1 o'clock in the morning. Dumbest thing I've ever done. We had fun, but it was stupid because we had to get up at 6 a.m. to get on the road to get to Cherry Hill, New Jersey by 10 o'clock, 10:30 to be there. So we did. We got up crack of dawn Saturday morning, feeling like garbage, feeling like crap, because we were out drinking the night before. To add on to compound the situation, he had a bad tire on his car, kept losing air, so we had to keep pulling over every so often and putting some air in it with a compressor, one of those portable compressors. So, long story short there, guys, I don't want to bore you here. We finally got there about 10:30 a.m. at the Monster Mania 40. We go in, kind of get our wristbands and kind of, do what we need to do. By the way, we actually stopped off and picked up my friend Timmy too. So it was Rusty, Timmy, and myself. Don't want to leave that out. So we finally get down there. We get our wristbands, and everything like that. And talking to some of the people that were there the night before, they said, "Oh man, Robert Englund is the headliner this year." And that's why I was there. I was trying to get his signature. They said people were waiting to get his autograph the night before, Friday night, for 6-7 hours, and then some people didn't even get it. Some people he was done signing for the night, and they basically gave all the people that were still in line when he was done a rain check for the next day, that they were first come, first served the next day. So they said, if I were you, I would get in line for him first. Well, I sent my buddy Timmy up there. He got in line for me. Not sure if that's really legal, but, I said, you know what, you go up there, wait in line for me. Roberts was signing up on the second floor in a hotel. He had his own little area up there. You had to go up the stairs, and they had 2 rooms set up. They had a room of people in line, and then another room, and then they kind of filtered them into the third room where Robert was. So, I decided to go down, and I wanted to get Kane Hodder to sign a piece for me, too. Even though I have some of his signatures, and I met him several occasions. Last on 39, I met him also. But I wanted to get something else signed by him. He's kind of, I hate to say it, but he's my favorite Jason plus he's the main star in the franchise. You know, he's got the most movies under his belt. So I went, got my signature from him, and hightailed it back up to where Freddie's line was. Got in Freddie's line, relieved Timmy of his duties. Timmy went on his way, and Rusty, my buddies left me, which was fine. So I'm sitting in this room, and basically in line. At least they gave us chairs, but the room's about 80 degrees, no lie. It's hotter than hell in there. And you know, it's not even a line. It's not even moving. They just put us in this room, and we're like, yeah, Robert, we'll call you into the next room momentarily. So we're waiting and waiting and waiting. 10:30, 11, 11:30, 12, 12:30. Finally, someone comes in and says, anybody who's getting the photo op with Robert Englund, just go do your photo op with him, and your seat will be saved for you. Just ask your neighbor to make sure, you know, whoever you're sitting next to, they're going to hold your seat for you. Well, right off the bat, guys, that to me, that's kind of sketchy, but I kind of formed a bond with the people I was sitting next to. By the way, the people I was sitting next to, I think your name's Alex. I got to give a shout out to Alex. I'm not sure if that's your name. You told me, but I was kind of, that whole day was a blur. I mean, I didn't even shave. I was, you know, hungover. I didn't eat. But anyway, you know who you are. You had the grayish, pepperish goatee. Your wife was with you. You guys are awesome. And then on the other side of me, Renee and your girlfriend, you guys were cool too. Shout out to you guys. So, where was I going with that? So I had the photo op with Freddie versus Jason, Kane Hodder and Robert Englund. You know, Kane Hodder was in costume, and Robert was just there with a glove. I went and got that done. That's how that turned out, guys. I don't know if you can see that pretty good or not. There I am in the middle, obviously. And you can kind of tell, I kind of got this, they were just running people in like crazy, and they take a photo and then get you out of there as quick as possible. Like I said, I'm happy with the picture, but at the same time, I just felt like, you know, like I just had no sleep. I felt like shit. I didn't eat. Like I said, I didn't shave, so but you know what? It's still cool. It's still a badass picture. And then, as you can see, I later on had it signed. Robert Englund signed to Casey, close shave from the boys. He signed down here, and I had Kane Hodder sign it. I double backed and had him sign it as well. So that turned out pretty cool, guys. So I went for the photo op. Got that done. After that was done, I knew damn right well with the amount of people that if I went back up to the autograph room, Robert wasn't going to come back for a while. He was probably going to have lunch. Like, I had all these things going through my head. So I thought, okay, I'll slip away. My seat's saved up in the room. I'll see if I can find a line of, I'll see what Sig's line's doing. Sid Haig, Captain Spaulding. Check out some of those. Well, they were all out of this world long, and I didn't want to risk the chance of not getting Robert's Englund's autograph. So Doug Bradley, Pinhead, I saw his line. His line was fairly short, so I went and got a photo with him, which was pretty cool there. I don't know if you can see that pretty good or not. Got my shitty camera I'm using today. Got a quick photo with him. The funny story with him is, he says to me, I said to him, hey, you don't know what to say to these guys. They're just, you can tell some of them just don't really want to be there. But I said to him, I'm a big fan of the Hellraiser franchise. I've been watching them since I was a kid. Scared the hell out of me. Still scares the hell out of me. Kind of made light of it. And he just shook his head like, yeah, okay. And then I said, just trying to get a conversation going with him. I said, how's your day going so far? You know, and he looks up at me because I'm standing and he's sitting down, and he says, it's not too bad, but it's hot as hell in here. And all I can think about is I'm picturing Pinhead, not Doug Bradley there. I'm picturing Pinhead saying it's hot as hell in here, and you know I just kind of laughed to myself. I'm like, wow, that's a pretty cool comment from for him to say. I thought about it later, but I should have said, well, you would know, type of deal. But that kind of I just kind of laughed and then shook his hand, thanked him again, and off I went. So I headed back up to the room up there, the second floor waiting room for Robert England's signature. Nobody didn't even know the price of how much he was going to charge either. People were asking how much is it going to be, and even the staff didn't know. Well, it turned out it was $100 for his signature. So I was already $200 in the pocket for the photo op, but then his signature is another $100, and I'm waiting. So I'm waiting with my newfound family that's all around me. I'm just bullshitting with them the whole time. Hours and hours pass, guys. I mean, it gets to the point where it's like, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, and we're not even moving. The line's not moving. It's just us in a room, just sitting there like, what's going on? We were updated by the staff here and there. They would say, "Oh, he's on his way back. We're working on getting you in there, but we don't have any more information than that." So we just kind of kept getting a runaround a little bit. So at one point I left again. I asked if my neighbors could save my seat. I was just going to run and maybe get something to drink or something. So soda, some caffeine. I was in there falling asleep. Like I said, the room was like 75 degrees in there. It was hot. I really felt bad for the little kids, the children that were there. There's kids there with their parents that were like 5, 6 years old, and they're troopers to have the patience to wait in there all that time. I mean, that's something else. So I left. Still have no sign of my friends that are with me, Timmy and Rusty. They're off doing their own thing, which is fine. So I left, and as I'm walking down the hallway through the venue, through the vendors area, this guy, and dude, if you're watching this video, I'm sorry I forgot your name. Like I said earlier in the video, that day was a whole blur to me. Like I was just out of it. Like I felt like shit, but so I forgot your name. I apologize. But this guy comes up to me, or he's kind of like off in a line, waiting in line to see somebody, and he says, "Hey, yo, I like your YouTube channel." Now, I didn't know. There's a lot of people who have YouTube channels, but I kind of look around like over my shoulder, and I'm like, me? He's like, yeah, I love your YouTube channel, man. He's like, especially that one video you got talking about horror collectibles versus the Halloween decorations. It's a video I made a year or so ago. You guys can go back and watch it, but he got a kick out of that video, and he's seen some of my other videos. So, guys, that was the first time I've ever been recognized in public for my YouTube videos. It blew me away. I instantly felt like a celebrity. And so I'm thinking, damn, I should start making business cards, or at least something like that to kind of hand out to people. But it is really cool that the dude recognized me. Buddy, if you see this video, type down below. I'll see it. I want to thank you, and I want to contact you. Maybe we can talk. But you know who you are. So I shook his hand, bullshit with him for a little bit, and then went back up to the room, the dreaded room, the Freddy room, the autograph waiting line, and I sat up there until I guess it was 5:30, until we finally they chose 10 people that could go in out of our room, and I was one of the 10 people that could go in and get Robert's signature. Here, from what I understand, is there was miscommunication, and the staff forgot they put like 30 or 40 people in that conference room, and forgot that we were in there. So there was people that were going in and getting autographs throughout the day from Robert Englund, apparently, but us, we were the forgotten ones. So, it was kind of, I love these shows, guys. I don't want to talk bad about them. I had a lot of fun. I met some great, some of my idol actors. But at the same time, things like that is just poor mismanagement. I'm sorry to say. I mean, some like me. I was only there for one day. I mean, it's one thing if you're there all 3 days, but even then, I wasted my whole day in this room. It was worth it. I got some shit signed by Robert Englund, and which he is by far one of the best. Probably one of my favorite horror movie icons out there, and likely same with others because he was the most popular one there this year. But we waited. People were not leaving because they're afraid to lose their spot. They're afraid to leave and get something to eat because they didn't want to lose their spot or whatever. And it was bad, guys. It was bad. But set that aside. I spent my whole day waiting in that room. I did get a couple other. I didn't get to see Tobin Bell. I didn't get to see Sid Haig, which I wanted to see. There's a couple of them. I also didn't get to see Bill Moseley either. I wanted to see him too. But, guys, maybe hopefully they'll be at another one and I can catch them at a different one. So I'm happy with that. My buddy Timmy got a cool picture with Pauly Shore, which is his favorite icon in the world. He was, blown away. He was able to see him. And my buddy Rusty, the guy who drove us down with the tire, he actually got his tire fixed while we were walking around the convention. He left and then came back later. So it all worked out perfectly. But yeah, guys, I mean, it was a fun time. I can't wait to go to the next one. Let me show you. I have my frames that were signed by Robert Englund and Kane Hodder. I'm going to do a whole video on those, a separate video on those, because I'm going to use the signing pictures that I have here. I'm going to use these as part of the display. So there he is signing. I don't know if you can see that well or not. Hopefully. And then he actually signed the back of my picture frame here and did a sketch, a badass sketch. And from what I'm told, he does not do that often. That's kind of a rarity that he does this kind of Freddy Krueger sketch thing. Really cool. And then here's Kane Hodder signing the back of my other frame, my other piece of artwork I have. But like I said, guys, that's for another video. I'm going to put something together really nice with those two guys, with those two actors along, and it's a kind of a true crime horror combo, and you'll see what I mean in a future video once I get it back from the frame shop. And then, like I said, this is going to go in a custom frame as well, and that's going to go on the same wall, and it's going to be a nice little setup, guys. It's going to be a nice little cool personal addition to the horror stash down here. I'm very happy with it. So that's all I have for you. I don't know how much time I kind of ran through this whole thing, but again, I want to touch base on the people of the room. That took a lot of patience. Hopefully some of you guys, I was kind of throwing the Horror Stash YouTube channel name around, so if any of you guys see it, please comment below. Tell me, yeah, I was there in the room as well. And also, shout out to Timmy and Rusty, who who came along with me, even though they weren't really with me the whole time. I knew that they were out there somewhere in the convention. Um, yeah, until next time, guys. Hopefully, the Monster Mania management staff can kind of learn from their mistakes and try and set something up where it's a little bit more unified and put together better, especially with some of these high profile actors that are going to have a lot of people. Maybe they just set up autographs for one day. Maybe photo ops for just one day. Maybe they separate it somehow. Maybe maybe they just. I don't know. I just think that they should kind of sit down together and try and figure out something that will be beneficial to everybody, because not everybody can make it for all 3 days, and it just is not fair to the people that come for one day. I would have been a little bit irritated if I didn't get his signature, because I waited there from 10 a.m. till 5 o'clock in the evening. Luckily, I was one of the last 10 people that got called in, but that was just my persistence in waiting there all day. But there was a slight chance that it wouldn't have happened. So I'm glad I got the photo op with him. But I'm even extra glad that I was able to get some signatures from him. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for you. Thanks for listening to my long spiel here. I know I'm going to have some of you guys get to the point already. I get that shit all the time. Oh, I get to the point, this guy just talks and talks and talks, runs his mouth. Well, to those people, then why the fuck you watching then? Turn it off. I don't even want you watching. If you don't want to hear what I got to say, what's the point of watching? So, but yeah, other than that, thank you guys. Thank you those who have been sticking by me, sticking by my channel, even when I haven't been here to kind of do videos. It was proof the other day of just, being noticed at the convention. That's just proof in the pudding that, people are watching, and that was really cool of that dude to, kind of give a shout out and shake my hand. Yep, that's all I have for you guys. Comment below. Check me out on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. And yeah, I will come up with another video soon. Hopefully it'll be on this new frame pieces that I got from the convention. Alright guys, see you later.